On this episode of Griefy Moments, yesterday, I broke down because of olives. Yes, olives, the green kind. Why? Because grief makes no sense. But the real reason why, aside from that, is when my dad was alive, he used to take me by his favorite sandwich shop, and he would get a pack of these delicious green olives that were seasoned. He would get one for himself and one for me. Me and my dad had the same taste for like everything, same taste buds. And so yesterday I get a text from my mom, and she says, by the way, I went by that sandwich shop and I got you olives. I crumbled. Grief tsunami. And it's okay. And what did I do? I allowed it. I saw it as a part of the love that I still have for him. I didn't push it away. I didn't judge it. I just allowed it to move through me. And my husband was there, and he saw me just bawling, and he's like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "My mom got me olives." And he knew there was some griefy moment happening, and he's like, "It's okay." And he just held me in that moment. And then I explained to him what was really happening. But why am I sharing this, right? I just want you to know that, I'm approaching, my dad will be gone 3 years on December 4th. All of the trauma that leads up to his loss is in November. So it's November and December are some of the most difficult months for me from a grief perspective, because my body remembers, my mind remembers. Even when my mind doesn't remember, my body does. And so, it's been almost 3 years, which it feels like yesterday. There's no timeline to grief. There's no prescription to it. It's not linear. Grief bombs will surface. They will get your attention. And the best thing to do is to allow them. To just support yourself where you're at in that moment. And I'm going to tell you that yes, grief bombs will surface. They will continue to surface likely for the rest of your life. And with each bomb that surfaces, another part is processed. There is this expansion that happens with the grief bombs that come if we support ourselves through them. And what I also know is that when I have grief bombs, shortly after, I have these love bursts. And these are terms from David Kessler. If you're ever wondering, you should definitely read his stuff. But those love bursts, right? They come when we look, oh my God, like a ladybug just flew on me. Oh, my dad. But when we make room for grief, we allow it without judging it. We make room for love, for joy, for appreciation, for gratitude, for healing to happen. That's crazy that I just caught that on camera. I miss my dad. Whew, he's on my face now. And I will always miss him. He's come to give me a kiss that I wanted to share so that you feel a little less alone. And if you'd like more support and help on your journey of grief, I'd love for you to join our monthly live grief class, where we use a combination of somatic work and visualization. And there's just so many beautiful ways that we learn to move with grief, where we can cultivate safety with all emotions. And my next class is tomorrow. If you're interested in joining, there's a link in my bio, or DM me. And for those of you who are wanting daily support with your grief, in my membership haven is this comprehensive guide to grief called Your Grief Guide. As a member of Haven, you have access to all previously recorded live classes, as well as all upcoming. You have access to resources to support grief, resources to help you build safety with emotion, everything from meditations, breath work, to somatic work specific for emotion, to guided practices to help you build safety, journaling, education on grief, and so many comforting messages. It's what you really need to hear daily in the season of grief that you're in. So if you're interested, let me know and I can send you the message or a DM. And thank you for listening to my little grief story today. I would love to hear from you if you've had any wild moments of grief where you were just triggered by the most interesting of things.